And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace he shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. Call Holo Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Hakodash. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to you beautiful men, beautiful teachers who rule well. Shalom to the 144,000, the governing body of the kingdom that's fast approaching. I'm the brothers of Yazarala from the GMS Dallas camp, coming back at you with another just quick hit update. All right, the name of this lesson is real quick. All right, it's called GMS Was Right. Starting with our head apostles on down, GMS was right. All right. Now, the precept here that I pulled here in Daniel 8:25, just to qualify, this is talking about Antiochus. All right. But we know that Ecclesiastes 1:9 says that there is no new thing under the sun, meaning what? History repeats itself. Okay. And we're at this latter end time here right now where we're finding out GMS was right. Starting with our head apostles on down, GMS was right. We're here. Okay. So we see the name of this title here. This is just some documentation that was released from the White House right here, December 19th, 2025. Okay, and it says winning the 6G race. I'm sure other brothers have touched on it. I just got a couple of precepts. I'm just going to be in and out real quick, but I just want to just make it be known. All right, we're here. All right, we are here. Okay, so this is going into what? This is going into AI, artificial technology. All right, this is going into the techno-tyranny, all right, which leads into what? The number one prophecy that our eyes have been on, okay, which is the MOTB, the mark of the beast, and it's here, okay? All right, so this man is getting ready to pass laws and legislation, as we see here, and we're going to kind of go through this this document on their plans and setting up that 6G infrastructure, all right, which is the artificial intelligence, all right, that techno-tyranny that will, it's going to be basically setting up, and it's going to be an idol that he's setting up, all right, and he's going to cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, all right, to bend a knee, all right, where you will have to serve this beast, and if not, you will be done away with, okay? What did Charlie Schwab say? If you don't like it, you can get off, basically get off the planet. All right, you'll be put to death. All right, they're erecting their enterprise as we speak. What was written on the dollar, Nuvos Oros Seclorum. Okay, Nueptit Coeptus. All right, he has favored our enterprise with success. What's that enterprise? What's that talking about? The MOTB, man, New World Order. Okay, this is what's happening right now. We are here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through. Touch on this article here just a little bit here. As you can see here, this is a memorandum from the Secretary of State, Secretary of War, Secretary of Commerce, Secretary of Transportation, Secretary of Energy, of Homeland Security, the Office of Management and Budget, the National Intelligence, the Federal Communications Commission, the President for Economic Policy, the President for Science and Technology, and the President for National Security Affairs. Okay, and what's the subject here? Winning the 6G race. See, because, right, you have to understand that there's a race that's going on, all right? That fourth industrial revolution, all right? The Internet of Things, man, merging man with machine. Okay, and China has been giving America a full can of whoop ass, all right? And so America, that's America's goal, ultimately, all right? They're in a race to get to this fourth industrial revolution, and he who succeeds, or he who holds this fourth industrial revolution, or who leads it, he will be the leading power, okay, in the new, in this new world order, all right, that's being set up and being established, okay? So here it says, by the authorities vested in me, the President of the Constitution of the law in the United States, I hereby direct, Section 1, the purpose, the next generation of mobile communications network, which is 6G, will be fundamental, fundamental to the national security policy, foreign policy, economic prosperity of the United States. Check this out here. This technology will play a pivotal role in development and the adoption of emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, robotics, and what's that word there? Implantable technology. Implantable technology, meaning implanted in the skin, okay? Implanted in the body. Okay, merging man with machine. You have been told, you have been warned, okay? This is the policy that's being set up as we speak. 6G will also provide faster, more resilient, and more secure communications network that can be utilized for national security and public safety purposes. Right. This is that peace and safety. All right, as we talked about it, many brothers have done lessons, including myself, on how this technology is going to work. They're going to dress it up and wrap it in a package of peace and safety. It's going to be worry-free. It's going to be, it's going to be theft-free. All right, it's going to be full of convenience for you and all these things where you don't have to worry about getting your account hacked. You don't have to worry about losing your wallet, being robbed. All these things will be inside the body. They will be bio, okay? Merging man with machine. All right, this is this man's enterprise on what he's trying to push. Okay, so this is the new world order agenda at its finest. Okay, it says it is the policy of the United States to lead the world in 6G development. Right, that's their plan, because I said China, Moab is they got 15-minute cities already set up. They got all their technology, Slovakia, pretty much already set up. So this is why this race. All right, this is why Trump China is a thorn in this man's ass. Ultimately, why? Because they're ahead of the ball game. All right, and so America is playing catch up ultimately. All right, but ultimately this is Bible prophecy. All right, because this is what's said. This is what's written and recorded to happen. Okay, it says certain steps are necessary to achieve the goal of this policy. Okay, we just read that by his policy. All right, he will deceive many, including steadfast, advanced American interests in international standards, bodies that will play a crucial role in 6G development, and identifying significant volume of radio frequency spectrum that can be harmonized for the 6G network internationally. Right, because this is going to be a global thing. Okay, this isn't something that's just going to happen here in America. My administration has been studying multiple spectrum bands this year to determine what federal spectrum can be reallocated to commercial use for 6G development without undermining national security missions and occur in those bands. Consistent with the preliminary conclusions of those evaluations, I hereby directing the following actions to ensure America's leadership in 6G development. Okay, so this is what this whole, where is it at here? Scroll down here. Right here, Section 4, pursuant to Section 4, all right, of the Big Beautiful Bill Act. All right, this is what this Big Beautiful Bill Act is all about, right? And you have to understand how this man moves, okay? All right, in his subtlety. All right, Big Beautiful Bill, BBB. Okay, so when you look at three lowercase b's, what do they look like? 666. Okay, that's ultimately what that's going into. Okay, so that Big Beautiful Bill was nothing more than a techno tyranny that's getting ready to be set up and take place. Okay, he spent what, $175 billion, all right, on this defense system, which is nothing more, all right, than AI technology. All right, that's really what it was, but it was packaged in a way where the people would see it and they would think, oh, this is great. It's like having an iron dome. We'll be protected if any countries or foreign countries shoot missiles at us or whatever, we'll be able to detect these things. No, it's far more deeper than that. Okay, this is about total control of the people. Okay, merging man with machine, finances, oil, gold, and everything, all right? And everything will be monetized. Okay, that's what this thing is going into, all right? Let me grab a precept here. This is Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life to the image of the beast. And the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the beast, that they should be killed. Right. And that's going into the Maccabees. All right. Back with Antiochus. All right. This is history repeating itself. Okay. Going into that one world government. All right. So this man has power, all right, via Yahweh Yahweh Shai, all right, to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship it to be killed. Right. So if you will not bend the knee or not accept this sihib, okay, you're pretty much going to be ostracized from society. All right. And you will be put to death because they can't afford to have too many people out here with platforms and have a voice of influence that people will listen to. They have to have everybody on board on the same accord. Okay. All right, so that image of the beast, because why? We're in this last leg, all right, the latter end, all right, of this man's rulership, where now he has technology that's speaking. You can go on social media. He done brought Tupac back. He done brought Michael Jackson back. He's running around in restaurants stealing chicken off of tables. Tupac and Michael Jackson doing songs now. You got Caesar Borgia, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. Now he's speaking and reaching out and doing sermons on social media. Okay, so this is nothing but Rome 2.0 all over again, but what? With high advanced technology. Okay, so this is what this man is pushing, and this is what this is talking about. All right, and here's the point here. Revelations 13:16. GMS was right, starting when I had apostles. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right, that mark goes into word charagma, okay, which is basically a badge of servitude, which the root word is charax, palisade. Okay, a stake, a piercing instrument, a delivery system, a stake, you know, a palisade, you know, you're on a horse, you know, and it's not like jousting, right? A piercing instrument that pierces through, breaks through the skin, all right? That's what this is talking about, all right? So in their hand or in their forehead, we already see that Elon Musk has already came out with that via his what? His Neuralink technology, okay? That implantable C-hip in your head. Goes on to say, and that no man may what? Here's the point. Buy or sell. So what's that talking about? Commerce, right? It says no man may buy or sell, save he that have the mark, all right, or the name of the beast or the number of his name, okay? 666 ultimately, man, all right? Going into the UPC, the barcode, all right? Every product that you buy on a store has a barcode that must be scanned. All right, so he's basically turning people into devices, okay, of ownership ultimately, man. All right, and this is what you're going to have to bend a knee to in order to be able to survive or move in this society. All right, matter of fact, here I found something here. Let's see if I got it here. Here on this one here, and the title of this one here is "The U.S. Can Win." Matter of fact, let me see if I can shoot this over. If I can bring this up on the screen. That'll be a pa. Let's see if I can, if it'll pick up. Yes. All right, let me grab this here. Accept. All right, so this is this man's, this is his enterprise, all right, that he's looking to erect. All right, and this is going also into what? That hour of temptation that shall come upon the whole world to try them. Okay? All right, so you see the name of this here. As a matter of fact, it's a little crooked on the screen here. Slovakia here. Let me try and pull back, make some sense of this here. Okay. All right. So you can see it here. It says, the U.S. can win the global tech race, trusted networks, and global collaboration. Right? See, again, going back to what? It is a race. All right? It is a race for rulership. Okay? So as I was reading this here, I just went down here to the end here, down here to the bottom. I saw something that was really interesting. And it says here, we'll start here. All right, it says, as 6G develops new network technology will begin to redline services possibilities, moving networks into paradigms for the ultra-lean design, limitless connectability, right, connecting man with machine, integrated sensing and communications, and seamless ground-to-air satellite coverage. Through AI native capabilities, 6G will take the telecom industry significantly closer to a fully autonomous network operations with zero human touch. Here's the point. And we see new monetization opportunities through AI that no man may buy or sell. You see? Because the integrated sensing and communications, the ISAC, will greatly expand what networks can sense, governs, and suppliers trust, become more crucial to prevent misuse of bad actors. Right, so this is what this thing is all about, okay? Merging man with machine, all right? You have been told, you had these different camps laughing and scoffing, talking about it's not a C-hip, it's June, ain't no C-hip, well, it's here. Okay, it's here, it's written on paper now. We're seeing it in plain sight here. All right. This is what the new, this is, let me get this out of the way here. So you can see it here in plain writing right here. All right. This technology will play a pivotal role in the development and adoption of emerging technologies. Emerging technologies with what? With humans, like artificial intelligence, robotics, and implantable technologies. There you go. All right. There's nothing else to be said. You can close the book at this point. Okay. You were told All right. You know, now you know what that MOTB is talking about. Okay. Let me grab one more here. This is Psalms 94 and 20. So the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law. Right. Because this is the wicked Esau Edom pushing this. All right. This technology. All right. And those of us of the hopeful elect, all right, we're not going to conform or bend the knee to this man's agenda. Okay. And for those of you who claim to be of Yahweh Yahweh Shah, it would adhere you to do the same, to have the same mindset, man. All right. This is why praying, fasting, and all these things are very, very important in this grace period to build yourself up, because you're going to get ready to be without your job, maybe without a house, car, food. What are you going to do? This is where you're going to have to totally and 100% lean on Yahweh Shem Yahushua in these times. This is what the Lord is setting up. Okay, we are now getting ready to face what we've been talking about. Okay, to see if we be true. Yeah, we do all these lessons. We scream, yeah, how about Shem Yahushua and Barakatah Yahweh? All that sounds good, but now it's time to walk the walk. We didn't talk the talk. We getting ready to have to walk the walk now. That's why scriptures that Yahushua said, what? Choose ye this day who ye shall serve. Who you going to serve, man? All right, when that child is hungry, when you hungry, when you ain't got no food, when you ain't got no gas, when you can't work, who you going to serve? Who you going to believe in then? This is what Yahushua is looking for. This is why going through the scriptures and seeing what he did with Elisha, with having ravens come and feed him, okay, and different parable situations that our forefathers were in, where the Lord came through for us, okay, and he showed them a way. Why? Because of their faith, right? Because of their belief in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is looking for. Those who believe in him. Goes on to say in Psalms 94 and 21, they gathered themselves together against the souls of the righteous. Right. This is talking about the wicked Esau Edom. All right. Dealing with the top banking families, and condemned the innocent blood. Here's the point. But the Lord is my defense. Exactly what I said. Who's going to be your defense in that day? Who's going to fight for you? Did not the Lord say in Exodus 14:14, for the Lord shall fight for you, be still and hold your peace? So that's all you need to do. It says, but the Lord is my defense, and my God is my rock of refuge. Right, that protecting, that place of hiding. Right, it goes on to say, and he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yeah, the Lord our power shall cut them off. They're not going to be able to succeed. But you have to believe first in Yahweh Yahushua. You got to believe in the resurrection. Okay, you got to believe in the names. All right, and all these other wonderful things that are written pertaining to salvation will be brought unto you. We're here. We're here. You're reading it right here in plain writing. We're here. Robotics and implantable technology. That's it. And this is coming from the White House. All right. So like I said, I just wanted to do a quick hit lesson. All right. Just touching on this. All right. This is hot off the press. Other brothers are doing lessons on it. And yo, we're here. GMS was correct. Starting with the head apostles on down. Barakatah Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Kakadash. Barakatah. Double honors and salutations to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom.